Google Maps, a game-changing contemporary technology, has transformed navigating. You will always be found if you have a charged phone and patience. However, it only covers part of the globe because certain areas are purposefully left off. Here are 20 banned locations on Google Maps. Number 20. Sandy Island. Sandy Island, sometimes known as a phantom island, is a strange geographical oddity that has captivated explorers, cartographers, and scientists for ages. This intriguing island, located near New Caledonia, a French colony in the Pacific Ocean, appeared on various maps and nautical charts, adding to its mystique. Sandy Island's history may be traced back to Captain James Cook's charting of the island during his trip. It appeared on many maps and was a fixture in navigators' thoughts for well over a century. The island's existence, however, began to unravel in 1979 when it was undiscovered, raising doubts about its veracity. When Australian scientists started on an expedition to explore the island's existence in 2012, it became clearly evident that it was a ghost island. They stated that there was no trace of land at the location of Sandy Island. As a result, this disclosure caused its removal from maps and cartographic databases. When looking at maps or satellite photography of the region now, all that remains is a submerged elevation on the seafloor. Number 19. French Polynesia. Throughout the 20th century, France, like many Western governments, used its colonies as covert locations for dangerous nuclear experiments. These secret experiments were frequently conducted on lonely, far-flung islands in order to reduce public awareness of their damaging actions. From 1966 until 1996, French Polynesia was one such region that witnessed substantial nuclear testing by France. This lush island in French Polynesia serves as a disturbing reminder of history's terrible chapter. It's an unnerving image when viewed on Google Maps. While one half of the island is visible, the other half is intentionally veiled, keeping internet surfers at bay. Many were confused by this puzzling choice, given that the island had allegedly been used for nuclear testing since 1996. President Jacques Chirac had signed an order at the time to demolish all nuclear testing sites. Despite the passage of time, the island remains closed to tourists. The stories concerning the effectiveness of some tests undertaken here are terrifying. Some of these experiments allegedly released catastrophic force 200 times larger than the atomic bombs fired on Hiroshima and Nagasaki at the end of World War II. As a result, any resemblance of proximity to this location is unwise. Surprisingly, French forces continued to protect this island. This military presence is regarded as the reason for the island's purposeful blurring on Google Maps. Despite this, conspiracy theories, including the potential of alien participation, abound, owing to the fog of mystery that still surrounds this mysterious portion of French Polynesia. Number 18. Area 51. Area 51 is a moniker that evokes interest and mystery in the collective imagination. Despite widespread recognition, only some have ventured beyond its mysterious limits. It maintains its mystery by being a bastion of secrecy. Recognizing the mystique around Area 51, Google opted to conceal it on its maps, adding to the layers of mystery that surround this hidden site. It's a location that feeds on secrecy and has spawned a plethora of conspiracy theories. Area 51 is a clandestine United States Air Force military post located in the center of the desert near Groom Lake, Nevada. It has been the site of various rumors throughout the years, many of which have revolved around aliens and UFOs. The sole publicly known role of this installation, however, is as a flight testing center. Regardless, Area 51 has always been connected with alien riddles. One of the most renowned conspiracy theories began in the 1980s when a former employee alleged that the government used Area 51 to examine recovered extraterrestrial spacecraft. This revelation increased the excitement and turned Area 51 into a must-see destination for UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. Trespassers are warned that lethal force will be used to safeguard the base's confidentiality. This unambiguous statement leaves no space for doubt. Number 17. A residence on Seymour Avenue. As a mark of respect and decency, Seymour Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio, stays covered on Google Maps Street View. This spot saw a traumatic and sad episode in the city's history. Michelle Knight, Amanda Berry, and Georgina DeJesus were kidnapped in Cleveland, Ohio between 2002 and 2004. Their kidnapper was Ariel Castro, who had them locked up in his residence at Seymour Avenue. For over a decade, these helpless individuals experienced unspeakable misery and imprisonment. It wasn't until 2013 that the first rays of optimism began to appear. Amanda Berry and her little daughter escaped their captor's grasp and bravely notified the police. The other young women were rescued within hours, and Castro was apprehended. Ariel Castro was eventually condemned to life in prison and a staggering 1,000 years behind bars without the chance of release. However, he committed suicide barely 1 month into his sentence. The horrors committed on these young women were so severe that the home was demolished in the summer of 2013. This act was significant in eliminating the tangible vestiges of their anguish and guaranteeing that the home would never again serve as a gloomy reminder of the crimes that occurred within its walls. Number 16. Colonel Sanders' face. In the United Kingdom, strict privacy rules regulate the use of people's faces, requiring Google Maps to take extraordinary steps to protect people's privacy. One of these procedures entails blurring the faces taken by their camera cars as they drive around the streets. Google, however, has pushed the notion of privacy to an unanticipated degree in its devotion to protecting these private rights. Colonel Sanders is the famous visage that has become synonymous with Kentucky Fried Chicken KFC throughout the world. Colonel Sanders is not an actual person, but a brand that represents a global fast food company. Colonel Harland Sanders, the man behind the picture, really passed away in 1980. The image of him that is generally recognized today is a caricature created by an artist, not a portrait of the real person. What distinguishes this circumstance is Google's unwavering commitment to protecting even the privacy of a fictional character's face. It demonstrates the seriousness with which they take their responsibilities to defend individuals' privacy rights in the public domain. The blurring of Colonel Sanders' face on KFC restaurant signage across the UK demonstrates Google's unflinching devotion to the country's rigorous privacy rule. Number 15. Balearic Islands. The Balearic Islands, located in the Mediterranean Sea, have long been a popular destination for sunbathers looking for the ideal site to soak up the rays. Recent events on one of these islands, Menorca, have left onlookers perplexed. Two unique, blurred spots on the island's coastline have piqued people's interest, raising conjecture about what lies beneath. Menorca, Ibiza, and Formentera are the four main Balearic Islands, each with its own distinct appeal. However, the mystery emerges in Menorca. This otherwise beautiful island is home to not one, but two concealed locations which have many wonderings what they are for. The first of these strange sites appears to be La Molia, an ancient fortification that has been adopted as a tourist destination, replete with a visitor center. La Molia attracts visitors who want to immerse themselves in its rich history and architectural magnificence. This complicates the decision to pixelate it on internet maps even more. The second hazy zone, on the other hand, begs for an explanation. From above, it appears to be a strange, white emptiness. The pixelation is so severe that distinguishing any features becomes impossible. Those who come upon this visual emptiness online are filled with wonder and interest. Among the various speculations floating about, one audacious idea posits that this may be a naturist beach, a haven for individuals who want a clothing-optional seaside experience. In this scenario, Google's censoring might be an attempt to protect the privacy and modesty of beachgoers who enjoy a more unfettered sunbathing experience. Number 14. Missile Silo. In the enormous expanse of Spain's wheat fields, there is a quiet secret buried within a single square that has been purposefully veiled from view. This seemingly benign patch covers a hidden missile silo, a structure meant for the emergency firing of missiles. It's a strategic asset that has been kept under wraps in order to fulfill a vital function. When examining the role of a missile silo, the logic for such covert concealment becomes clear. These buildings permit missile launch from a remote area, allowing a country to hit distant targets without physically being close to the launch point. For example, if the United States ever needed to launch a missile against North Korea, they could do it from within the country, and the missile would be launched from this hidden silo. The excellent camouflage of this missile silo in Spain is what makes it so interesting. This innovative cover guarantees that unwary onlookers and even the surrounding population regard it as nothing more than a mundane piece of farm infrastructure. The farm's rural setting also contributes to keeping the secret hidden in plain sight. Nonetheless, the secrecy surrounding this missile silo has issues, especially in the era of the internet. Any public disclosure of the facility would risk its secrecy, causing the purposeful blurring on internet mapping sites. This act of censoring, paradoxically, frequently arouses curiosity and suspicion, emphasizing the fragile balance between secret and public knowledge. Number 13. Faroe Islands. The Faroe Islands are an attractive archipelago that constitutes an important component of Denmark's territory and works under the authority of this Scandinavian nation. Strange phenomena recently perplexed Google Maps users, rendering swaths of a normally lovely area unavailable due to a mystery haze. However, in June 2022, this perplexing circumstance became clear. The Danish government and the Faroe Islands embarked on a major project that resulted in an agreement that would forever transform the landscape of these distant isles. Their shared goal was to create a strategic air surveillance radar installation on the archipelago, which would constitute a watershed event in the island's history. The choice of this exact location was deliberate, since it held a central position appropriate for monitoring operations in the Arctic area. The radar installation is critical in reinforcing Europe's security amid a period of increased threats and uncertainties. It diligently checks the airspace between the United Kingdom, Norway, and Iceland, effectively covering a range of 300 to 400 kilometers. In essence, it serves as a protective barrier, keeping a close eye on Europe's northern borders. With this disclosure, the mystery of Google Maps' hazy portions was finally solved. These formerly mysterious zones now serve as a tribute to the Faroe Islands' commitment to regional security and their critical role in protecting Europe's interests. Number 12. Alexey Miller's residence. Google has opted to conceal Alexey Miller's private residence, the important chairman of Gazprom, Russia's largest and most recognized natural gas company. This is a preventative action made in light of his significant status as a key corporate player. Mr. Miller, as a person of substantial influence, has the option to request that Google hide information about his whereabouts from public view, a prerogative reserved for noteworthy persons. Alexey Miller, the chief executive officer of Gazprom, one of the world's major energy conglomerates, plays a critical role in the energy sector. His company's reach extends not just throughout Russia, but also into foreign markets. The significance of Gazprom's effect on global energy dynamics, notably in the sphere of natural gas production, emphasizes the need to protect Mr. Miller's privacy. Mr. Miller's choice to disguise his personal paradise highlights the importance of security considerations for high-profile persons in today's linked globe. Recognizing the importance of his job and the safety considerations that come with it, Google honors his desire to keep his private hideaway out of the public spotlight. Number 11. Poland Military Center. Once again, the cryptic canvas of Google Maps unfolds, this time draping its shrouded shroud over a huge stretch in the southern borders of Poland, near the historic city of Krakow. When looking at this digital cartography problem, one can't help but squint in confusion at the amorphous blur that obscures a whole region. Zooming in on this location produces a painfully hazy scene dominated by a massive complex cloaked in an incomprehensible pixelated mosaic. However, beneath this covert facade is the headquarters of the prestigious Polish Special Forces, the DWS, the core of their training and command activities. While the rest of the world is aware of this military nerve center, Google Maps prefers to keep it hidden. A wise decision, it appears, for security considerations. After all, broadcasting the exact layouts of military sites to the whole worldwide public is risky, especially since possible rivals may use such knowledge to their advantage. However, at an age when even amateurs can fly drones across the air to record aerial viewpoints, Google Maps' obscurity is losing its effectiveness. While it may serve as a little deterrent, it is insufficient to prevent more dedicated and curious viewers from observing the clandestine operations taking place within. Number 10. Army Logistics Command Headquarters. According to Google Maps, the Army Logistics Command Headquarters building in Taiwan is a highly protected military complex that is cloaked in secrecy and concealed from prying eyes. This military station is one of the dozens dotted around Taiwan, all purposefully blocked out on computerized maps by the country's officials. This facility's history begins with the formation of the Army Logistics Division, which was included in the organizational framework of the Army Command Headquarters on June 1, 1946. However, because of the demands of counterinsurgency operations, its operations were briefly halted on July 1949. It reappeared on the military scene on April 16, 1950, as the 4th Department in Fengshan, Kaohsiung City. It relocated to Taipei City later that year in September. The development of this military institution continues throughout time. By June 16, 1966, it had evolved into the Logistics General Staff of Army Command and had relocated its activities to Longtan, Taoyuan City. On February 1, 2008, the Aviation and Missile Section was reorganized, becoming the Army Maintenance Command. The decision to conceal this military facility on digital maps, including Google Maps, is directly related to the rising tensions between Taiwan and China. Number 9. Jeanette Island. Every now and again, obsessive Google Maps users, those who spend their days scouring the digital world for oddities, come upon something that piques their curiosity. Jeanette Island is a name that no longer appears prominently on Google Maps. Recent satellite photographs show it shrouded by a mysterious black mass. Initially, Jeanette Island appeared to be an inconspicuous white rock. However, it has subsequently been deemed Russian territory, shrouded in mystery. The explanation for this obvious blurring has sparked much speculation. Some speculate about the presence of a secret military base. Others, on the other hand, contend that Jeanette Island may contain nothing at all, with its erasure helping to preserve an enigmatic facade, disguising its genuine function or lack thereof. The intended obscurity leaves us wondering what lies beyond the veil of secrecy. Is it a strategic fortress, a scientific research center, or a mere optical illusion? The question remains, what lies beneath this mysterious cloak? Is it a ploy to pique our interest and foster conspiracy theories? Or does it keep secrets so hidden that even satellite pictures must be twisted to protect them? As we investigate these perplexing photographs, please leave your views and hypotheses in the comments section below. Jeanette Island's hazy visage is a mystery, but it's a mystery that allows the rest of the world to explore and wonder about the mysteries it hides. Number 8. Kos International Airport. Kos International Airport, located on Greece's beautiful island of Kos, has been a vital hub for international travel since its founding in 1964. Various modifications and extensions have been made throughout the years in response to the increase in flight traffic, particularly from April to October, to improve both the airport's runways and its general facilities. Surprisingly, while seeing Kos International Airport on Google Maps, the airport looks obscured. The location on this lovely Aegean Sea island appears as a fuzzy expanse with just the airport's runways and terminals visible. Any other information or characteristics concerning the airport are obscured. Kos International Airport mostly serves charter flights that take visitors to the island, and it is busiest during the summer months. This island, which is near Turkey, draws many people who frequently take advantage of the chance to explore adjacent islands, going on an exciting adventure through this interesting region. The reasons behind the hazy portrayal of Kos International Airport on Google Maps are unknown, adding a fascinating degree of intrigue to this otherwise tranquil and popular tourism destination. Number 7. Darvaza Gas Crater. Next on our list is a spot that, due to its somewhat unpleasant past, some may wish could be quietly hidden off the map. In 1971, an unusual finding occurred within the former Soviet Union, now known as Turkmenistan, that would go on to define a peculiar chapter in the annals of geological study. It all started when a routine drilling operation came upon what became notoriously known as the Gates of Hell, or more properly, the Darvaza gas crater. The path to this frightening moniker is fraught with both scientific interest and human foolishness. The drilling accidentally ruptured a deep cavern, and the following collapse of this subterranean abyss left behind an enormous 300-foot-wide hole. However, the disaster did not stop there. The hole began to emit poisonous vapors, resulting in a dangerous and potentially explosive situation. In an unusual response, the Soviet-era drilling team did what they thought was best at the time. They set fire to the crater and then swiftly left, possibly believing the situation would fix itself. However, to their surprise and dismay, when they returned, the flaming maw was still burning. This huge abyss of flames has survived for decades. In Google Maps, it may look like a blurred image of some land, but in reality, it's the gas crater. Number 6. Zaja Lambada Oil Refinery. The mystery of Hungary's Zaja Lambada Oil Refinery adds another dimension to the strange world of concealed locations on digital maps. This specific institution made a unique request to Google. It wanted it to be shown as a brilliant green block and that both its buildings and grounds be completely eliminated from satellite pictures. The end result? A confusing spectacle that has many people perplexed. The mystery grows when one realizes that the green block effectively covers a broad expanse of grass devoid of any noteworthy features or structures. The inevitable question is, why would an oil refinery choose such an unorthodox approach to digital representation? The reason for this request is unknown, prompting outsiders to speculate about the refinery's unusual choice. Some speculate that the green block might act as a type of digital camouflage, hiding the facility in plain sight. However, when one examines the broad area beneath the green square, this explanation becomes less appealing. The request from the Zaja Lambada oil refinery raises more questions than it answers, causing many to wonder if there is a deeper meaning or importance behind this unusual digital depiction. Now let's check out today's subscriber pick. This Google Maps image is from snow-covered mountains in some remote part of the world. But do you see the opaque area, hiding whatever sinister secret lies in this place? Do you have any idea why this small chunk of a snowy peak is banned on Google Maps? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. Baker Lake. A strange aberration on Google Maps, a prominent black strip that spans over the Immaculate region, is nestled among Canada's magnificent environment. To the untrained eye, this mysterious blackout may appear to be a map malfunction, but it conceals something considerably more fascinating. This mysterious expanse is Baker Lake, a well-known Canadian body of water. Baker Lake's oblique existence has sparked several hypotheses and conspiracies. Some speculate that Canada's government may be secretly injecting chemicals into the lake's water supply in order to manipulate its residents' brains. Others have speculated that this distant area acts as a clandestine UFO beacon, containing information that officials are anxious about keeping hidden. Individuals have even claimed to have captured on video alleged alien signals and beacons hidden in the neighborhood of Baker Lake. According to the authorities, Baker Lake holds telecom signals and 4G towers. However, the extensive censorship around this location raises concerns that there is much more going on behind the surface. Baker Lake's entire darkness stands out as a startling oddity in an era when sensitive sites are routinely pixelated or obscured on digital maps. This pervading air of mystery has some wondering if the typically affable Canadians are protecting more than just their natural beauty. The sheer size of the blackout encompassing Baker Lake adds to the mystery and inspires speculation. Number 4. Keowee Dam. The Keowee Dam, an engineering masterpiece that spans Lake Keowee, is nestled in the tranquil countryside of South Carolina. This spectacular edifice, however, is shrouded in mystery because Google Maps has chosen to disguise it from inquisitive eyes. This action has sparked fascinating theories and concerns regarding the logic for hiding a reservoir. Lake Keowee, which is roughly 26 miles long and 3 miles wide, is a daunting body of water with an average depth of 54 feet. Its vast shoreline reaches for an astonishing 300 kilometers, emphasizing its regional significance. Lake Keowee, in addition to its natural beauty, provides a multi-dimensional role that goes beyond its visual appeal. One of its key functions is to facilitate the creation of hydroelectric electricity. This key function is critical in supplying the region with sustainable and clean energy, which benefits both inhabitants and companies. However, Lake Keowee's importance extends beyond this purpose since it performs another critical function as a source of cooling water for the Oconee Nuclear Station. The Oconee Nuclear Station, a powerful nuclear power generation plant with a capacity of 2,500 megawatts, relies on Lake Keowee's waters to disperse heat created during nuclear power generation. This cooling process is critical to the nuclear facility's safe and efficient functioning. Number 3. Snow Saddle. The Snow Saddle is a mountain of massive proportions, climbing to an elevation of 22,000 feet, situated in the rough landscape of Nepal, tucked between the towering Himalayan peaks. The strange fact that its peak stays prominently covered on Google Maps, however, distinguishes this mountain, giving rise to a persuasive idea that may surprise many. The summit's total blackout has fueled conjecture that an underground bunker situated beneath the heart of the Snow Saddle is built to give sanctuary in the event of a catastrophic nuclear disaster. It's a notion based on the sobering truth that many world leaders and organizations keep secret bunkers as a precaution against nuclear attacks. The reported contents of this hidden sanctuary are believed to include life-saving supplies such as food, communication equipment, and water, all methodically organized to secure the survival of individuals who seek refuge there. Furthermore, the bunker would likely have tremendous reinforcement, protecting its occupants from the most terrible of eventualities. The isolated location of Nepal on the world map gives validity to the assumption that it may serve as an excellent shelter in the event of a nuclear disaster. It is located far from possible hotspots, providing relative seclusion from the resulting fallout and mayhem. Whether the snow saddle hides a secret nuclear bunker or something else completely, the secrets of this distant Nepalese mountain continue to grab our imagination. Number 2. Dutch Palace. In the Netherlands, tucked among the colorful countryside, rises the Dutch Royal Palace, a symbol of imperial magnificence and historical significance. On Google Maps, however, a strange veil of pixelation shrouds this regal edifice, leaving many to ask why a sign of national history would require such digital camouflage. The Dutch royal family, unlike their British counterparts, does not command the same amount of international interest. Furthermore, the Dutch Royal Palace invites visitors and allows them to walk through its sacred hallways. Given these considerations, one could question the necessity of censorship. However, the pixelation of the palace is unrelated to public interest or tourism. Instead, it appears to be a premeditated response to a specific threat: organized crime. The Dutch Royal Palace is home to a treasure trove of unique historical items and valuable assets, including the orange, which has enormous cultural and historical worth. In comparison to the powerful security machinery that guards Buckingham's residence and other government facilities, the security measures at the Dutch royal residence are very lax. This vulnerability has piqued the interest of organized criminal groups, raising fears of thefts or heists targeting the palace's precious contents. To prevent such evil plans, it was decided to conceal the palace on Google Maps. Authorities hope to reduce the chance of organized criminals organizing and carrying out a theft that might result in the loss of precious items by hiding the layout and characteristics of the palace. Number 1. Volkel Air Base. In the Netherlands, concealed among the beautiful scenery is a military airfield of tremendous significance. It is the largest of its sort in the Netherlands and one of the most significant in Europe. However, it is the shroud of secrecy that has been meticulously thrown over this airfield in the digital domain that distinguishes it, not its overwhelming size or military might. If you look closely at this airfield on Google Earth, you'll see a novel camouflage technique, a mosaic overlay that effectively conceals the site from prying eyes. From a distance, this disguise renders the airfield practically unrecognizable from the surrounding topography, allowing it to blend perfectly into the scenery. The logical question is, why is there a need for such secrecy in the Netherlands, a country that does not wield nuclear power on the magnitude of the United States or Russia? The explanation can be found in a statement made by Ruud Lubbers, a former Dutch prime minister, who revealed that the airfield housed a large cache of American nuclear weapons. In truth, the U.S. has carefully deployed its nuclear weapons across the world, with the Netherlands, notably the Volkel Air Base, serving as a crucial European location for storage. Given its proximity to Russia, a country recognized for its vast nuclear weapons, the tactical value of this site becomes obvious. The massive B-61 thermonuclear bomb, widely regarded as the most powerful nuclear device in the world, is among the weapons kept at Volkel Air Base. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.